I did say I was going to do a part two if the first one did well. We are back with another episode of Eldramoor Alpha Day 2 and also Day 3. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you for everybody for watching the first video. It means a lot. I'm actually editing this video at 1:41 a.m. I actually should be asleep, but I at least want to edit a little bit tonight and then finish it tomorrow so I can post it hopefully by Monday. So this is just a combination of Day 2 and 3. Day 2, I want to say it's about an hour and a half. Day 3 was about 3.5 hours. We have a lot to show in the next 20 to 30 minutes. So even though video 2 and video 3 is about like 5.5, 6 hours long, I'm gonna condense it down to 20, 30 minutes just because it's a lot of combat to level up, just me walking around the city, looking at stuff, doing professions, and I know you guys probably don't want to see all that. So I'm just gonna show the juicy details and just the important stuff and what I think would be interesting for a video. So in this video, we're gonna talk about more of the professions, more of the combat leveling, my attempt at the raid boss for running people. I of course died because I gotta look at my spell book. I attempted the raid boss again. Me and a lot of people chill with the devs in the end, and there was a portion of me playing hide and seek for a good hour. And before we do get started, I want to say, yes, this is my opinion because I played the alpha. If you do not feel this way, that is totally okay. I just want to express my opinion, how I feel about the game, and what I think they should do moving forward to make it better for everybody else. And also throwing my 2 cents because, you know what, I can do that. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Professions. A core feature every MMO should have. It can range from making food like potions and bread, or making armor for defense, or weapons for offense, or anything in between for you and your teammates. An MMO without professions is like a computer without the motherboard. Like, okay, you have enemies to fight, you have dungeons to do, you have raids to group up with and get big loot and big rewards. That's really fun, but at the end of the day, a lot of people like myself love to unwind and do professions before we log off for the night. If you have watched my previous video, you know how I feel about professions. And I can truly say I think it's pretty fucking good so far. Now, is it perfect? No, but I think the pros outweighs the cons in this situation. Let me explain. Let's start with blacksmithing. So the good thing about this is I like the fact that you physically have to make your armors and weapons. That is a big pro and plus in my book. The whole thing about VR is feeling more immersed in it and feeling more realistic, and I think they nailed it when it comes to this part. One thing I don't like is I think they made it too easy to make your weapons and armor, because the resources you need, you can easily buy it in the shop, I think for like maybe 4 or 5 gold a piece. I think they should get rid of that. I think you should physically have to go out and mine your ore or drop the ore from enemies, and that's about it. You can obviously trade with other players, but now this is the alpha. Maybe they don't have the mining profession ready, or they're still making it, but I think when the beta or full game comes out, they should scrap the ore in the shop, unlock the mining profession, and that will solve the whole issue for blacksmithing, I think. Well, that issue, of course. Another thing I absolutely love about this game overall, this for all the professions, is that they all intertwine with each other. Like, for example, for blacksmithing, you need I think 2 crab and 2 ore to make a chest piece. For cooking, you need fish to raise your cooking level from level 0 or level 1 to like 3, I believe. So like, no matter what profession you do, it's gonna be used for different classes, and I love that. That is my top thing about professions in any video game I play. Another small issue I have with blacksmithing, this one is not a huge deal, but I still want to put it on the list. I would like it if they made blacksmithing only for warriors and monks in the future. and then have another profession like tailoring for alchemy and mages, or maybe just mages, and alchemy can come later down the road. I don't like how I can be a blacksmith and I can melt armor into a robe and make wands from blacksmithing. That don't make any sense to me, but like I said, this is the alpha. Maybe they're working on more professions and they're gonna separate tailoring, separate mages from blacksmithing. If that is the case, that would be really nice, and just more professions in the game, which makes people really happy, including myself. Now, this one may sound like a bad thing, but this is gonna be a pro to me. Another thing I enjoy about blacksmithing is when you do make an armor, if you make it too hot or damage it too much, I don't know what it's called, I'm not a blacksmith, but if it's in the red zone, the bonus effects will be very minimum and very small. So you have to make it perfect or make it in the green zone to get higher stats. That's one thing I do like. It's sort of like a balance. Like, you can't work too fast or too hard or you'll get bad stats. So you have to not work too hard, but also be calm and be mindful of how hard you're hitting the hammer on your weapon. So if you hit too hard, if it's in the red, you're gonna have lower stats. If you hit it softly or medium, it's in the green, you're gonna have better stats. And the higher the green, the better stats is, and I do love that. If there is one thing I would like for them to do in the future for blacksmithing, I think it would be the ability to, when you do craft your own armor and weapons, you have the ability to pick 1 out of 3 stats you want on it, or have the ability to snatch a stat from a previous armor weapon and put it on the new armor weapon. But you're going to do that one time. It gives the player more ability to have fun with their class and just see what they can come up with. Either they can do a all power build, they can do a crit build, they can do a buff debuff build, they can have a lot of mana, like something on the lines of that. I think it'd be really fun. Now it's time for everybody's favorite profession in no matter what game I play, because this seems to be number 1. It is cooking. There's not much I can't say about cooking. It's just like every other MMO I can't play, but remember, this is VR. So let's go through the pros first. One pro, I do believe, once again, is watch the temperature level, because if you cook it in the red too much, it will get burnt. Burnt food means you will not have the full effect of that item. So for example, if you make a piece of bread that restores 80 HP, if you burn it a little more, it only restores 50 or 60 or whatever the number may be, which I think is a good touch. One other thing I do love about cooking is, once again, you have to do foraging to get the ingredients, because yes, you can start cooking when you first play, but how are you going to get the ingredients for cooking? You can't buy in a shop like blacksmithing. You have to actually go out in the open field and gather your own resources, ingredients to raise cooking, and that is a big touch. I really hope they keep this in the game. I do not want to play the game and I can buy the first few levels in the shop with cheap gold. They should not have that for any profession. I think every profession should have the ability to go out in the field, either mine, kill enemies for resources like a tail or something, or go around and gather fruit, or go to the farm and get wheat for making bread. I don't know, but the way they have it now for cooking, they should definitely keep. The next one is a pro and a con, actually, because I'm in the middle, I'm pretty mixed. I think cooking is very immersive, and I love that you only can make one item at a time, but that's also a bad thing in the future. The way I see it is, cooking is going to be a way to get enhanced buffs and potions for dungeons and raids. And yes, I know some people are thinking, well, why you need 20 or 30 potions to go in a dungeon or raid or whatever? Well, in this game, mages don't really recover their MP or mana that fast. It's very slow. So when you're using mana to attack the enemy, debuff them, even heal party members, your mana regenerates really, really, really slow. So you need to drink potions to get up faster to help the team out. So pretty much, if you're going to have cooking be a way to make potions or buffs for you and your teammates, I think they need to enable the ability to, instead of making 1, you can start making 2 at level 15 or 3 at level 25 or something along the lines of that. Maybe it's still being worked on. It's still a thought process. I don't know the answer right now, but I think that there should be a way to cook more than 1 if you're going to increase your professions at a higher level. Another thing I thought of, actually, before we hop on to the other profession, is one bad thing about cooking and blacksmithing, I believe, is there's only 6 those and 6 blacksmithing stations in the profession portal. I know they're instants, I believe they are, but if all 6 are taken and when a game gets really popular in the future, you pretty much have to just wait there until people are done. I don't know how I feel about that. I know they will probably include more stoves or more ways to cook in the future, but there's a few times where I would try to cook something to get it up and all 6 were taken. I waited for maybe 4 to 5 minutes for somebody to leave and nobody left. So I just went on and gathered more stuff or hunted, which is not a bad thing, but I think if you're mainly playing for professions, you pretty much have to just wait until people are off the station. So maybe there's a way to fix in the future, add more stoves, add more instances, or maybe we can buy our own house and we can customize it and put a stove in there. I don't know, devs, I'm just spitballing here. Overall, not much else to say about cooking. I do love it. I love cooking. Professions is one of my favorite in any MMO I play, but I think they should increase the quantity of items you make in the future, find another way to make items, and maybe eventually we can just group cook and make bigger meals or bigger buffs if we have more people joining us. But that's just my thoughts on it. Now, the next 2 professions is going to be a short little brief description, and there's nothing much to say, but I'll still go over them. The first one is fisherman, the second one is foraging. Now, both of these professions are used for cooking and blacksmithing, believe it or not. Now, the way I like to do it in every other game, I will always pick up the crafting class first, see what recipes I need, then I would pick up my gathering class. I will gather the stuff I need for about 30 to 40 minutes when I can. Then I will go to my crafting skill, rate that up a few levels, and then I will go from there and to see where I'm at. And this is me speaking on both fisherman and foraging. When you do fish, it is time. It takes time to get fish. It takes time to level up. But at the same time, I think it's very relaxing. In every other MMO, I don't like fishermen because you just sit there and press a button or you AFK for about 30-40 minutes. In this game, you actively have to fish, and I find it very relaxing and very fun. Same for foraging. I like to go around different areas, picking up plants, picking up fruit, seeing my bag, seeing how much I have, and then I can go to my crafting class and just produce all the potions or armor that I need. And of course, when you level up your fisherman and foraging, in order to get better XP, you have to go to the next fish in the tree. So if you're level 4, if you're getting level 1 fish, you're not gonna get that much XP. You have to get the higher fish. But in this game, I don't think there is a way to only get a certain type of fish. You just have to be lucky. I'm level 7 fisherman. I had to get an angel fish. It took me about 10 minutes. I kept grabbing the level 1 to 3 fish, and then eventually grabbed the level 5 fish, was the angel fish, and I got a bunch of XP. So I don't know if it's a rare thing to do or it's just based on RNG, but that's a good aspect of the game. The same for foraging. When you get higher level foraging, you have to get the higher plants, but in foraging, you actually know where the other plants are located, I believe, or you have to just go around and look for it. So you're not forced to grab low level plants. You can grab the high level plants only and go from there. That's gonna wrap it up for fisherman and foraging. Fisherman, very fun, relaxing, same for foraging. The only thing I can say about foraging in the future is maybe have more flowers or fruit spawn. Well, there's a ton of fruits. Have more flowers spawn in open world. Sometimes there's only like 2 or 3 in a big field. I don't know if people are picked them before me, but each time I go to the area, I want to see 2 or 3. Increase the volume of that, and I think it would be top notch. Now we're going to talk about the combat in this game and how the leveling actually works. I talked about combat briefly in my previous video, so let's first focus on the leveling. So the leveling in this game is actually pretty different. So when you're a mage, for example, when you do quests or kill enemies, you're getting mage XP. So you can be a level 10 mage, but still a level 1 warrior. If you want to raise your warrior class, you have to actually switch to that class to get XP and do quests as well. And once you actually pick a class, you're not stuck on that class forever. You start the game as a warrior, but as soon as you grab the wand, you can actually just switch back and forth freely. As of now, the leveling is not so slow, but also not so fast. I don't think I've done all the quests yet. Some quests are locked behind profession, but the combat quests, I want to say majority of them. There may be like a small handful, like around 10 or less than 10. And there are some dailies you can do. They do give you a small amount of XP, but a small amount of XP is better than no XP. The mobs do give a decent amount, and I believe the raid boss, every time you kill it, you get around like maybe a 10th of a level, so it's not so horrible. The max level right now is 10 in the alpha. I did hear that when the game comes out, that will be increased to level 30, and more than likely, after they do updates and fix the bugs, they will increase the level cap. But I have about 10 to 12 hours in the game. I just hit level 8 last night. I'm not rushing for max level. I take my time to do professions. There are people who hit max level, I think, in about 2 days, but they have more free time than me, and I'm not one to rush for in-game, not yet, because I want to experience the slow burn of the game and do professions and just see what's out in the world of Eldramoor. Now, let's go over the combat just a little bit more. I want to talk about it more in this video than I did in the last video, just to give you a brief on everything else, like the cooldowns, the spells, mana preserve, and other stuff like that. Now, I am going to talk about mage and mage only. I did not raise my warrior class yet, but before the alpha ends, I will try that class out, maybe get to level 10, and then I will give you my opinions and thoughts on that class. Now, when we do talk about the combat, I think overall the combat in this game is very fleshed out. There are some bugs for the enemies. Sometimes you attack them, they just stand there, but I have not seen that bug quite yet. They have been doing a lot of bug fixes over the past few days, so I think the combat overall, very nice touch, very fun. You can't just stand there and cast your spell. You have to like move around and dodge like the AoE attacks. You have to dodge like the water bubbles some enemies do. So I think overall it's pretty fun. Now, if you were to ask me how is mage in this game, overall mage is a fun class. I love magic in any game. I'm always the caster / support, but they do have some flaws. I think the major one is there's no way so far to increase how much mana you have. I have 100 mana level 8. I have different equipment, still 100. I put my points in different stats, still 100. Everybody's level 10, still 100. Now, I know there is a certain stat you put points in to decrease the amount of mana you use for spells. For example, the Ice Bolt, I believe, is 15 mana points every time you cast it. I put my points in every single stat, and it has not decreased from 15. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know if it's a bug or I'm reading it wrong, but that is a really big issue. Because every 2 levels you get a new spell, and the new spells are pretty strong. But the new spells do cost a lot of mana, but the new spells do have cooldowns. So sometimes I cast my Tremor spell, I cast my Fire spell, and I can use my Ice spell maybe 2 times, and I have like 8 mana left. So I gotta keep casting my basic spells like you see in the video until my mana goes back up. And yes, I know I have potions, but the potion in this game only heals 20% of your max MP. So it's not really a lot, better than nothing. But I think there should be a way to increase the amount of mana you have. And I know there's going to be a way to do that when the full game comes out. But in alpha, it can be rough for mages because the basic attack spell really only does like 95 to maybe 115 damage, while the Ice Bolt can do from 4 to like 550 per Ice Bolt, and that's a big difference. But who knows, maybe I'm coming into this game playing as the magic user wrong, and I gotta be more precise with my spells and not use it quite often as much and use my basic spells more. But I'm still learning just like everybody else. It's a new VR game that the alpha came out like a week or 2 ago. So I'm still learning, seeing what the best role is for me. I do know what I heard from the alpha chat and the content on the Discord. The warrior classes are very OP. I heard a lot of people saying they can kill things really fast, and they use the rage skill, which is like their mana. They use the rage to kill enemies super fast, and we don't have that as mages. Yes, we have magic spells, but we have to preserve our mana. Warriors, I believe every time they attack, they gain rage, and they use it to cast a really strong ability. I know warriors are really strong in any game, but let's show some love to mages. But like I said, this is the alpha. Everything can change in a blink of an eye, so take that with a grain of salt. But the mage spells are pretty nice. They are below your HUD, your health and mana. The icons right there are the mage spells. and when you do cast a certain spell, it is on cooldown. I believe the fire spell and the air spell, when you cast it, the air is like a 10-50 second cooldown along with the healing spell, and you can't see it if you just look down on your screen. That is nice. I hope in the future there's a way to change the way it is. Instead of having lower on your screen, have it like a little like eye level, or you can move the HUD around so you don't have to always look down to see your spells, to look down and see how long till you can cast the next spell. If it's like eye level and move it to where anybody wants to be, that'd be a cool feature and a nice touch. But in order for me to actually understand combat more, I have to play at the warrior class. And I will do one more video before the alpha ends, and that video I will describe how warrior is. When I get to level 10 for mage class, I will switch to warrior class, raise it up, and then I will write down notes and the pros and cons of each, and then I will just do a comparison, but that will be in a later video. Now, this is just a little bonus feature I wanted to put in. I just want to talk about the scenery of this game and just the random stuff I saw, and just want to talk about it, maybe future developments and stuff like that. I was pretty much about just like finding enemies to kill and seeing what's out there. I never really explored this place. I saw this abandoned barn or farm, whatever you want to call it, and I thought it was pretty cool. It is empty, there's nothing really inside, no like secrets or no like hidden ducks. If you know about the ducks, then you know, but I thought it was pretty cool to show off. Maybe they can add an NPC or a small little civilization there, like a few people like trying to rebuild it, or just people that, you know, see NPCs walk around or like in different areas and spots. That'd be a cool feature. And then I came across this hill. I don't know what is it. Look like a stone totem. Am I saying that word right? I don't know, but it looked like a broken teleporter or something we have to fix, or maybe we come up here for like a advanced class or subclass or type of quest in the future. There's a lot of abandoned places like this that have no impact in the game right now in alpha, but I got a feeling when the game gets more developed, then those hidden spots are going to be in quests or a secret location to unlock maybe an achievement, a title, a weapon, or a armor set, a pet, or whatever it may be. The next weird spot was actually down this hill on the left hand side. You could miss it, I just not saw this. It's the abandoned house with a, yes, you see it right in the video, a glyph in the middle, like a summoning portal. Like I said, the stuff they add in this game is pretty freaking cool to me. I got a feeling this is going to be a quest line we have to do, or maybe, like I said, a secret. But the fact that they added this in the game for now, just for us to see it, makes us wonder what they're gonna do in the future. I actually explored this area in my first gameplay, but I forgot to actually record it. But if we come all the way to the end, the map is a bridge that's broken and a big purple orb that's like blocking something. In the game, you can hear like the orb move and stuff like that. Oh, look, a duck. You can hear like an orb move, but you cannot go across it yet. I believe this is going to be another maybe portal to another city, or sorry, not city. I need Christian City, another town, or like a major boss fight or something odd. I don't know what the portal is, but it leaves us to wonder. And of course, they wanted to speculate on the game's future because we're all excited to see what they have to uncover and what's their big secret behind that purple orb. The next area is tucked on the side. It's like a, I don't know, there's plants around it. I don't know what to call it, like a ritual or a summoning stone. I don't know, but these give me vibes of Final Fantasy XI. This look like a quest line you have to do to unlock maybe like a summoning class or another healing class or something like that. Like this stone podium and the first stone podium reminds me of Final Fantasy XI. We got to get to a certain level, do a quest line, and every quest line it tells you like, oh, go here to unlock, you know, a summoning class, or the I can't think of the class right now, but like a summoning class was kind of like that in 11, and that reminded me of a podium we have to do to put an orb there, or like put something there to awaken a fairy, or like a leaf creature to unlock something special. And like I said, I'm a nerd. I love things like this. It makes me think, and I know I go really deep in it, but it just is really spectacular in what they do into this game. I actually forgot to record it in this gameplay, but I will definitely show you guys in the next video I do, the last one I do, part 3. But there's a desert area to the left side of the town, and in the desert area is a big open field. Of course, there's enemies to fight. I think it's like NPC or 2 that don't give you any quests, I believe. I'm not that far yet, but there is a cave in the desert area. Go inside the cave. I'm expecting it's gonna be like a treasure chest or like a secret duck, but It's nothing, but you can tell it's going to be either a dungeon or it's going to be a portal to another part of the open world or the town. I got my eye on the dungeon because it did say dungeons, raids, and PvP are coming in the future. I know dungeons or raids are coming first because I think they want to focus on the PvE element, and then PvP can come later. But I am so excited to do dungeons, and it's going to be a whole new experience for me because I never played a VRMMO this long before. I was looking at one years ago. I think it's called Zenith, but sadly, nobody's playing no more. That's a whole different story for a whole nother video, but I'm excited for the dungeons and raids in the future. One more note I do want to bring up. I did read that they're going to have 7 professions to master. The new ones are going to be mining, wood cutting, artisanry, and along with fishing, foraging, smithing, and cooking. So mining is being worked on. Wood cutting is a nice touch. I'm very excited. So I think that answers my previous questions I have for myself about blacksmithing. Now mining is coming. Don't know when. Might be in a beta or might be in a full game. We don't know yet, but we know it is coming in the future. Now before we get into the raid balls, if you're still here, please like and subscribe on the bottom below. Anything helps my channel. I am trying to bring new things, and this is one of them, including VR MMOs and VR games in general. So any help would be appreciated. Now the raid boss is level 12. It is called Detested Titan. I don't think level 12 is the max level. I may be wrong, but I promise I think I tried to attempt it with a few other people the other day, and it was level 20. Maybe my eyes were deceiving me. I saw for a glimpse before I died, but this is the raid boss. He's not too hard, but also people here are probably level 10. They have the best gear, and I'm a weakling. I'm level 8. I'm just back here throwing my ice shards, and you see we killed it. And the first loot I get are these 2 gemstones, and these 2 gemstones I believe make the best armor in the alpha game right now. You need 2 to make the chest piece. I have the recipe, but you also need level 9 fisherman to get the crab. So like I said, no matter what gathering profession you are, you're going to be needed for so far the crafting professions as well. So this is, I want to say, my 3rd or 4th attempt at the raid balls. I just wanted to kill it and see if I could, you know, maybe I get lucky and drop a good gear for my mage. But my luck is not good, and obviously I didn't get anything, as you see. If you look to the left, there is somebody floating or standing on a rock. That is actually one of the developers of the game. They're watching us fight the raid balls, and I thought it was pretty cool. So I looked over there and I did a wave, but I was pretty shy, so I walked away. But it's cool, and we eventually talked to them later in a tavern, I believe, but they stopped by and they just wanted to say they appreciate us grouping together, finding raid balls, and just like forming an alliance and just fighting together and having a good time. And I don't know, it's pretty cool to see developer just like going around the city, going around the town, and going around the environment and seeing people like talk and just make memories on the alpha. And you know, it was a good time. I like it. So after the raid boss, I went back to raising my fishing because I really want to make that armor. And while I was fishing, I saw that the developers did a system message on top, and it said, and of course, I'm very suspicious. I'm like, well, that's weird. Maybe they're telling us to go to a tavern. Maybe they're like, I don't know, giving away a piece of armor or a weapon, or just like a time to like talk to them or have fun. So knowing me being shy, I fished a little bit, but I decided to turn around and go to a tavern to see what the fuss was about. I hurried and turned in my quest because he wanted the angel fish, which was like a rare for me. So I turned in, got my gold, got my fisher XP, and then I immediately went to a tavern because I did not want to be the last one there or be stuck outside. I think there is a 30-person limit instance in the tavern. And even though if 30 people are in the tavern, you can go to instance 2. But I believe the developers are in instance 1, so I rushed over there to see what was going on. And as you can see on my screen, there are people actually doing the same exact thing, so I follow behind them. They're all talking, and I can tell all 4 of them are friends when they met in the game. I'm just tagging along and just seeing what's going on in tavern because it's a big deal. People are rushing there. I never seen this mess before. Like, what is going on? I finally got in the tavern and took me by surprise. There's a lot of people inside here, and there is a horse made out of beer cans and I believe like chess pieces. It was pretty cool. And I look around, everybody's talking, everybody's asking like what's going on, who made this, like where everybody at. But if you look to the right hand side, which I will in a second, there is a developer named Z inside there. He is floating. I believe he made this, but I also think he just wanted to do something special for us for joining the alpha, having fun, and just another social event so we can just have a good time and talk. So, and while I'm here, everybody's talking, making jokes. I was on the table just like taking in the vibe and taking in the scene, and I hear somebody saying my name.
No.
Dare you say
Been calling him Riker this whole time.
I was not expecting that, and I was shocked, but I wanted to find out who actually said that. I don't know who's talking to me.
Were you calling him a hater?
Arker.
And I find out that he was standing actually right behind me. Perpy is the name. I appreciate you. It was really hard to hear what he was saying in the end because everybody was talking, but I tried to make conversation with him. It was pretty nice of him to actually like acknowledge me, so it was pretty cool.
Hello.
Oh, yo.
Orbis is one of those.
You didn't hear anything. You don't know.
You saw my YouTube video?
Yeah, I didn't hear anything, but I did read it.
I mean, we could just call you by your name.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. I'm actually recording as we speak. So, Perpy, if you're actually watching my video again, thank you, friend. Thank you so much. It was really hard to hear what anybody was saying, especially you, but I appreciate you watching my video, and thank you for even acknowledging me and just talking to me in the game. That means a lot. A few minutes passed and another developer came in and people dared him to spawn array balls. And you know what? He did spawn array balls, but my dumbass, I walked out the inn because I was so scared and I was like, oh no, I want to go back in. Maybe they got good loot. So I'll go back in the tavern and this is what happens.
Man.
Only save for
Save the Hans.
Level 4.
Yes, I accidentally back out once again. And when I go in for the second time, he's already dead.
Wow, Rick.
Oh, I got witch hat.
You crashed? Lamau. I am still in your eyes.
Oh my god, I finally got the wizard hat.
Oh, trust me, I am upsetty spaghetti. I am pissed that I backed out twice by accident. I didn't get the hit on the ray ball, so I didn't get no loot. Everybody's happy they got the new hat they wanted. They got the gauntlet, they got the resources, and I got jack diggity shit. But you know what? It's pretty much all on me. I backed out by accident, so no loot for me, but no worries. I will fight the ray balls again in this alpha, next alpha, the beta, and the full game. So no matter what, it's all good.
With the shield.
I got that on video.
No way.
Just
I'm kind of curious what that would look like on Quest.
Yeah, no, the fish is coming back to my hand.
Oh man, I don't want to get
Hey.
or I would send.
I stayed in the tavern just for a little bit more, just so I can hang out with more people and socialize. We tried to stack up these beer mugs to do some bowling, but they kept falling off and it didn't really end quite well. I witnessed people worshiping a type of fish, and yes, even fish drama.
Yo, is that the person who's been meddling in our affair?
Yes.
Is this who you've been
magical.
seeing at
You have the
nighttime?
full set now?
No. I think so. I don't think I have the boots.
I was going to log out for the night, but I heard Kat wanted people to play hide and seek. So, you know what? I said yes. So we went and did that. We all went outside. I believe it was me, Kat, Stubbly, Goblin, and Goodnight for the first round. And I want to say Nicholas came in the last few minutes of it. It was pretty simple like you would when you're a kid. You hide, the seekers find you, you wait 10 minutes, 10 minutes pass. If you get caught, you win. So if you're in a hiding spot, you cannot just go to the hiding spot because that one sucked. Once you're in a hiding spot and the seekers are finding us, we have to stay there. And now we hide, which was the perfect time because I had to go to the bathroom really bad.
Okay, I could probably.
My stomach been on
Wanna hide
55 for about 20 minutes. Me and Goblin are going up this hill. I did not want to follow them, so I went to the right. I saw this little hiding spot above the portal. I know people look up there, but like maybe they won't. So I hit up there and I lay low for about 10 minutes. 5 minutes pass and I get caught. So yeah, I'm actually not that great. I do one more round and me, Goblin, and Cyber Trooper found this little spot between a house. It's kind of like a glitch. You have to just like finesse your way in there, but we lay low in there for a few minutes and it actually took them a long time to find us, but after a while, We were just fucking around. Goblin was making fart sounds. He was eating apples. He was casting spells. And it was like the funniest shit ever. I could not hold in my laughter.
I'm below you.
Wait.
Okay, there you go.
We can go up.
You know, I'm very surprised he hasn't come back.
I know, right?
We're like Harry Potter in the first movie. We're underneath the stairs.
Shut up.
You guys do know the black man dies first, and I'm still alive.
You're talking.
Who's talking?
Hello? Anybody here? If you can hear my voice, come towards it. That's pretty funny how there's a hill right behind that portal.
Yeah. It's the dome that holds the profession people in.
Is that
My,
what it is?
that's just no. That's my lore.
Why hasn't Cody just told them about us yet?
I have no idea.
Now you're probably thinking to yourself, who's Cody? Well, this is Cody. And on the left, his name is James. There's just one little problem. James don't know where we're at. Cody does. Cody told us where to hide. So the whole time we're here, James and Cody are trying to find us. James is actively trying to find us. Cody knows where we're at, but he's not telling James. Good sport. And just when we were about to win, we had 1 man left and James sadly found us.
I found them! Yes!
By the way, I'm just gonna let you know,
we
we
were
walked
so
past somebody
close.
who was pretty much standing in the open, and you somehow, as we were walking
I can't
by, it was like a
remember
cubby in the
everybody's
wall. It was like a cubby in the wall, and they were hiding in there, and you just so happened to turn left as you walked past it, and then continued looking. Like, you just perfectly turned right as you
No,
went past
like,
the cubby.
we
And they were
made
just,
eye
they were
contact
just
for
standing
2
there with their arms at their
seconds.
sides.
It was me. We made
Oh,
eye
yeah.
contact,
And
and
then-
you walked away.
They decided to do one more run, but I had to hop off because I was tired. Even though I really wanted to stay, it was getting late and I had to go to bed.
Been
You see a
anyone.
man.
Bye.
Well,
Yeah,
good night,
I'm gonna go to
Well, I
bed,
was following
everybody.
this.
Let's look at him.
Good night.
Good night.
I'm gonna go piss
Farewell,
real
Blackie
quick,
Chan.
Thank you, thank
I
you. I'll
had
see you
to
guys
drop that
later.
whole round.
And that is Eldramoor, day 2 and day 3. I had a lot of fun recording this video, and I'm not gonna lie, I did replay the last part about 4 to 6 times. It did bring a tear to my eye just because the community is so nice. I had so much fun playing this game. Whether I'm doing professions, I'm crafting, I'm talking to random people, playing hide and seek, talking to the devs, doing array balls, dying, coming back. It's all a learning experience, but this is the most fun I have had in this game. And I want to say in the past 15, 16 years, this is the most fun I've had. I also want to give a shout out to everybody in this group picture who played hide and seek. I sadly was not in it because I went to bed, but once again, shout out and thank you for inviting me. I'm going to end the video here. If you guys want to see one more video, I would do a last week or last day of the alpha for my final thoughts, final impressions of it, and just for more chits and giggles. But if you guys made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. This video literally took me, I want to say a good 6 hours to do. Like I said, I never done video like this before, so hopefully it goes well. If it does go well, I would do more videos like this because this is actually very, very fun. I love you guys a lot, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.